But taking all this payroll junk into consideration, I'm not sure I wouldn't keep trading away certain players if I'm Dipoto, and there's a couple of guys that they could consider moving. Here's the thing. You don't want to give the players away, but it sounds like every $1 million Dipoto can, quote unquote, save, clear space of, it's super valuable. It feels like it's almost worth $2 million if he clears one. Now, the caveat here is if I'm moving these players, it's because I know where else I'm going to put the resources. It's not because I hope to be able to use these resources. I know where it's going. So it's like I work on these deals and I push them close to the finish line. And if I can get the one done, then I get the other. Then I do the other. Which is something Jerry Dipoto has done probably 25 times in his Mariners career. Only pulling this trade off if he knows he can pull this one off. Or only pulling this trade off if he can do this signing, or only signing this player if he can make this trade. I'd start with infielder Josh Rojas. Now, well, I think even as a strong side platoon second baseman, he's worth $3.5 million. Is the club better off rolling with Dylan Moore regularly and perhaps recouping most or all of Rojas' salary so they can throw just a little bit more at a free agent or in a trade acquisition? And even if they have to, to send $500,000 or $600,000 along with Rojas in a deal and probably not get anything really in return except a Jake Shiner type in the minors, that's nearly $3 million more with which to work. Now, Rojas being tendered, by the way, is another sign the front office's original plan was crushed after that. Now, teams aren't going to line up to trade for Rojas, but think about it this way. There are clubs out there with needs at second base, and players like Brian Anderson and Adam Frazier got $3.5 to $8 million a year ago. Tony Kemp made $3.75 million as basically the same type of player that Rojas is, a part-time infield type. Jace Peterson made over $4 million last year. Rojas is tradable without covering too much of the salary, maybe none at all. Certainly, you're not going to have to cover so much where it nullifies the value of actually moving him. Here's the funny thing. I'd also trade Dylan Moore. Moore is entering year 2 of a 3-year deal he signed last offseason and will make a little over $3 million this season and over $3.5 million in 2025. If I can shave around $6 million for 2024 by trading those two players, because I'm probably not keeping Rojas anyway after this year, and then make do with Ryan Bliss, Sam Haggerty, and Luis Urias at second base and third base, if it means I can add the necessary hitters in the outfield and at DH, because maybe $23 to $25 million, I'm coming up $3, $4, $5, $6 million short. Because every math equation I work out with the Solers and the Garbers and the Hoskins and making trades, and I come up short. I basically get 2 hitters, and I'm really struggling to find the third. Without trading Bryce Miller or Logan Gilbert. And that's, by the way, without signing a pitcher to replace a Bryce Miller or Logan Gilbert. I need more cash. And then as a last resort in this particular part of it, I'd also consider moving Ty France and his projected $7+ million, especially if I can also get something useful in return and shave the entire $7.2 million projected salary off the books. If I could get at least one useful piece back for 2024 and maybe 1 or 2 prospect flyers, trading France and trading Rojas and trading Moore, that's $13 million plus in additional payroll space.